Performance Squad, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to best prepare for your NCSF exam. Stay tuned. Alright, first I want to say welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I got some great content coming soon for you all. So this question actually came from one of my subscribers. They asked me to do a video on how to best prepare for your NCSF exam here. I know on my previous video when I talked about my experience on the test and what to look out for, I want to do kind of like a part 2 to that video on how to best prepare, give you guys some insights on what sections have the most information and what to spend the most time studying on. I'm gonna have a couple of sections here in the video. You guys can skip to the part that best suits you most, but I just want to give you guys a brief detailed rundown on what sections that you guys should be studying more and just how to best prepare and pass the test. So I wish you guys all the best luck on the test. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to talk about what the NCSF training certification covers. I know there's a lot of training certifications that you guys can choose from. You have the NASM, you have the ACE, you have ISSA. I mean, there is countless amount of training certifications that you can go through. But today we're talking about the National Council on Strength and Fitness. Now, just some of the basic topics that this certification covers. We've got our basic functional training, we've got our strength training, we've got our corrective exercise, we have a partial information on nutrition, nothing too big, and then we also have our endurance training. Now with those sections there, they have subsections on each one, so you're going to be getting a lot of information, especially on the physiology side that deals with how the body works and the functions of the body, and I'll get to that section in a little bit later in the video here. But those are just the basic topics that the NCSF covers. There is a lot of information, but it's nothing too strenuous, something that you guys can are willing to do there. I will say that with this certification, this just gives you a basic rundown of how training works, and it's nothing too advanced. So those of you who have a basic understanding of fitness, a basic understanding of nutrition, this will just be more information on what you already know. So I would recommend this certification because it's great to start you off, but you do want to make sure that you continue your education later on down the road. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the cost of the certification. So I'll leave a link down below on the website. I know sometimes they have deals on the summertime and during holidays where they'll give you half off on the strength coach, the training, or the nutrition coach. But I'll leave a link down below on, you guys can check that out and see which one suits you best. But as far as the price goes, it's pretty inexpensive, nothing too bad there. It comes with the physical copy of the book here. I want to show you guys the book. So you guys will get a physical copy of the book. You'll also get the ebook online for those of you who want to take your training on the go. You'll get a couple of quizzes. You'll get 2 or 3, I should say, practice final exams, some quiz cards, and I know we've had COVID, so they did have the workshops depending on where you live, but ever since then they cut the price in half because they don't do the workshops. But again, I'll leave a link down below and you guys can check out which one actually suits you best. They have different levels of the test here, so you guys can check that out as well. Okay, so now we're going to talk about why do I think, my personal opinion, that you should go for the National Council on Strength and Fitness certification. Now, when I was choosing between which certification I wanted to actually go for, I did take in mind that the cost of the certification was going to be a factor, and also what type of training is best suited for me. Now, the thing that I like about the NCSF certification is that it covers a wide range of topics that us as personal trainers need, such as your basic knowledge on nutrition, strength training, functional training, corrective exercise, and just basic functional training. So when it comes to choosing the best certification for you as a future personal trainer, you want to look into the cost, because that is important. You want to make sure that your budget can support whatever certification you decide to go with. And then also you want to make sure that the certification best suits your training style. So, they have, a strength coach, they have metabolic coach, they have corrective exercise coaches. So you just want to make sure that, whatever certification that you decide to choose, it just lines up with your style of training. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how I personally prepared for this test here. Now, it just depends on which sections of the test that you have a little bit trouble on. Some of the sections on the test I had a basic understanding of, as far as the nutrition side, the endurance training, and the functional training, right? Now, when it comes to the corrective exercise, the functional anatomy, and the physiology, those three are going to be the most information packed. And it's not to say that those are the hardest sections, it's just those sections are a lot of information to absorb, especially the functional anatomy. Now, how I personally, prepared for these three topics here, I spent, I would say, almost a day on each chapter, right? So whatever section, let's just say I'm studying corrective exercise that day, I'll spend the whole day in that chapter absorbing the information. Sometimes on the ebooks, it'll give you some visualizations, so it's not so much of you guys just reading word by word. You get a little bit of a visual on, how it works and what type of corrective exercises are needed. And, it really helps going back from the textbook to the e-learning. It really helps you absorb the information a lot better. And another thing that I wanted to mention on, how to study for especially the corrective exercise, you want to make sure that as well as reading the book and doing the e-learning, you can do your own research as well, just to give you guys even more information on what you may know, because the book may not be as specific on something that you're trying to understand. So it's also good. I did some Google. I used the Google search engine to help me out on certain exercises, and just using my own personal experience on some of the quizzes that they ask you when it comes to which corrective exercise will best suit this type of injury. Just go from your own personal experience on how you that you can correct this muscle by doing this exercise. So I would say the actual physical copy of the book, the e-learning, and also doing your own research to kind of help you out to really absorb everything that the book is trying to teach. Now, when it comes to the functional anatomy and the physiology side, those two sections, I will say it's a slight difficulty, because like I said before, it is a lot of information to absorb. You want to make sure that you're going step by step. You want to slow down, take your time. There are a lot of equations that you need to understand, a lot of definitions, keywords that the book and the physical textbook that will give you. And you want to just make sure that you reread each section, spend at least, I would say, minimum 3 hours to, really absorb all the information. I don't want to make this, an honest video. I don't want to tell you guys that I spent, 30 minutes in the section and I went on to the next one. If you guys have watched my video on when I passed the test, I was, very transparent, saying that it took me a while to pass the test because of these sections. So for you beginners out there who are, going to take this test, I would spend a lot of time in the physiology as well as the functional anatomy sections. And lastly, what I want to talk about on how to prepare for this test here is make sure you guys are taking your breaks. Again, there's a lot of information to absorb here, and I don't want to scare anybody or turn anybody the other direction, letting them know this information. But it is needed to know when you're taking these exams. You want to make sure that you giving your brain a break to absorb the information, because it's not a smart task to read for hours on end and never take any breaks. I would say read and study for about 3 hours, take you a 20 minute break, get you something to eat, get some water, and then you get back at it. You want to keep drilling this information into your head until you understand it completely front and back. And for me, that was just the best way to prepare for this test. It took me very, very long hours, late nights, early mornings. Sometimes I would pull all-nighters to try to, learn this information. So I just want to drill that into you guys' heads on, really, making the triple effort on studying this material, because it will definitely benefit you in the long run. So I hoped all of that information has helped you future trainers out there who are studying for your NCSF exam. I wish you the best of luck. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, supporting me and showing me love by liking the video and subscribing. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these how to prepare for your test videos coming soon. I think I have one coming up for my sports nutrition, so you guys make sure you turn those bell notifications on and look out for that video. And to all my future trainers out there, best of luck. Remember, study, 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 absorb the information. This has been Riley Performance, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm gone.